Receiving simulator transmission. Uploading transmitted feed. Initializing playback sequence. Log execute.
Hey everyone, Seipher here, and welcome back to Seipher Plays Yugioh, the Duelists of the Roses. In the last episode, we took on Richard Sleichien of York in Bosworth Fields, where we handily, well, I wouldn't say handily, but we ended up defeating his group of warriors and beast warriors. Though it was a bit trickier, actually, now that I think about it, because we couldn't really gain a solid advantage over him. Anyway, with his defeat, Yugi's troops were able to come in and defeat him once and for all at Bosworth Field, thanks to the betrayal of Pegasus by the Yorkists. So, now we are here, about to face down Seto Rosenkreuz at Stonehenge. But before we begin, I would like to quickly go over his Yu-Gi-Oh counterpart, Seto Kaiba. So, Kaiba, pretty much the deuteragonist of the series, teenage president of the biggest gaming corporation in the Yu-Gi-Oh world, Kaiba Corp, and originally the top Duel Monsters champion at the start of the series. Pretty much he was not the nicest guy, and even after his loss to Yugi, he's still not the nicest guy, even though a lot of his darkest edges were taken off at the end of the first episode. But honestly, he's probably the most interesting character, and need I say more on his English voice cast being absolutely flawless. Eric Stewart, my god, such arrogance and yet so awesome. Anyway, with that covered, let's start this final battle. You're here much sooner than I expected. I knew that Crawford would turn on us one day, but I didn't expect the tide of battle to turn so soon. Actually, Crawford's betrayal and the fall of the Yorkists matter not to me. Well, I kinda had a feeling about that, considering you gave up your chance at victory back at the start of the game. All I hoped for from this tiresome struggle was to find an opponent worthy of my attention. Yep, that's very Kaiba. When I knew you'd been summoned, I chose to wait. Each time a member of my Rose Crusaders fell before you, I shivered in anticipation. Once you beat the last member, I knew you were ready to face me. Long have I starved to best a duelist equal in power to me, hungered to best such an opponent in battle. You wish to have my rose card? Then take it from me. Face me in battle, duelist. Alright, well, no better words for what seems to be our final fight here to get us home than what Kaiba just said. As you can see, the playing field is designed around to be like Stonehenge, with labyrinth terrain, normal terrain, meadow, and a few forest patches. So, gotta see what we can do. And I, luckily, just got a very good move for my first turn. I'm going to send this meadow to the center of this, and that will transform it from normal terrain into meadow terrain. Granted, I already had a lot of meadow terrain to work with, but might as well have practically the entirety of Stonehenge available for my warriors to really show what they can do. Now, Kaiba, much like Richard III, likes to employ hidden run tactics. So, I'm just going to quickly throw my Dream Clown in defense mode and see what he's sending our way right now. And then decide what I'm going to do based off of that. Okay, Lajin, Mystic Genie of the Lamp. Well, with that known to us now, let's just send in Guiltia to quickly take care of him. And we're spellbound, so we can get it out of the way. And now we can actually move into Stonehenge's center so that we can protect ourselves. Like me, Kaiba also has his deck leader at the maximum level. Granted, though, he has Blue Eyes White Dragon for his deck leader, so it's probably not the best that he could really make use of right now. Anyway, let's just... You know what? Just to both clear my hand and have something prepared, I'm just going to put up Temple of the Skulls in face-up defense position. The effect of this card is that while it's face-up, all magic and ritual cards are rendered ineffective from both sides, so he can't turn me... He can't use his power-up cards, at least I don't think he can if they're on the field, but... Oh, well, looks like he can use them on... Looks like he can use them if they're in his hand, so that's a bit bad, but not anything I can't deal with. Okay, so he did manage to land quite a blow with that, but I think we might have a means of getting back at him. So, let's see here. We have... What is this? Okay, so I'm gonna need to use Recondition Powered. And let's just leave it at that for right now. Thankfully he attacked with Blue Eyes White Dragon first, because now he's spellbound. I don't remember how long he is spellbound for, but it's better than nothing. Don't know what that did. Oh, I guess it just ignored damage. Okay, infinitely spellbound, so now if we just keep him from overwriting it, he'll be fine. So what to do now? Well, I think I'll just end my turn for right now and see what he does. Not really much he can do in this particular instance. Okay, let's see. I think if we fuse you two and then power you up with Megamorph, we'll be fine. Because that'll create Metal Dragon, and while it's not the strongest thing I could send out right now, it'll at least get a decent boost. And we should be fine moving forward. Let's see what he does. Gotta know what that is. Okay, Kaiser Dragon, that's pretty strong, but nothing we can't deal with. Especially when he spellbinds himself. Okay, what to do? Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna... This is gonna take gonna make the duel take a little longer, but with him on the field, both Temple of Skulls and Pumpkin will get a slight power boost. And now that I think about that, that was actually a bad idea, because... Okay, well, I can stall a little bit by just having Metal Dragon attack this, and that was also a bad idea. Well, shoot. Got a bit better strategies than I thought, but at least with that blue-eyes white dragon of his spellbound, he's restricted to summoning only 4 monsters now, since I've kind of kept him from being able to attack, and he has Royal Decree, which just prevents any trap cards, so that's bad. Let's just put down my Swordsman from a foreign land, see if he'll take the bait. And with Dream Clown having done its job of paralyzing that blue-eyes white dragon, or spellbinding it, I suppose I should be saying, I don't really care if it gets destroyed here, because now Pumpkin will get the power boost he needs to be able to prevent that Kaiser Dragon from destroying it. His Judge Man's gone. And pretty soon we'll have just what we need. So let's just sort of toss out any monsters that we can. See how many fusions we can get going. We'll keep Flame Swordsman there because he should be equal to that Kaiser Dragon's power. Kill that card. Another Judge Man. Just another turn and he'll be able to technically suicide into that, but I don't want to suicide. Let's move Flame Swordsman here, and then throw on, just in case. Gonna throw. Oh, well, shoot. Well, that was a bad choice. Well, hopefully his support range to allow. I don't know if only his deck leader can move 2 spaces at once, or if all of his cards can, but if they can, then I really hope that I can do something. Okay, let's just toss out few cards. That Legendary Sword probably could have helped, but oh well. And once that is done, we should be fine. Okay, and thanks to my open card, he couldn't flip up that Swordstalker to get a power boost, so we're actually in some pretty good positions right now. Let's see what to do. Well, that's good to know. Let's just do this. Have our Swordstalker basically going around his own way to fight his own. And yeah, we'll leave Temple of the Skulls right there for now. Dragon Treasure. That would have been bad, but not anything we can't deal with. Okay. Well, let's just do that. And, well, we can't use Gorgon's Eye because of that royal decree that he's got going, so... You know what, let's just... Well, we could place it down, I suppose. Bide our time, see what comes. And now our Swordstalker is flipped up, so let's see how much of a power boost we got. Enough to do a sizable amount of damage to him, so that's good. Well, let's just move this out of the way. And on the next turn, I think we'll have enough to move. Okay. Alright, well, just gonna leave it like that. Because now, once I move Pumpkin out of the way, I can just have him... I can just have Swordstalker destroy his Blue Eyes White Dragon and end this. And there we go. Won the duel, and now we get to play a nice little round of slots. Nothing that I really care about was in that, so oh well. Anyway, we have officially beaten Seto and gotten all of the White Rose cards. Now we can return home. Well done, Duelist. I may have lost, but my heart sings with the joy of having faced you in battle. It was a duel to be remembered. I take great pride in the fact that I fall by your hand. And if you believe that, I'll sell you some swampland in the outer reaches of the realm. A duel to be remembered indeed. At least, that part of it is true. For thanks to you, I have completed the ritual of the great summoning of the roses. Listen and learn the truth as to why I've let you survive to this day. The Rose Duelist is an integral part of the great rose summoning. For only by unleashing absolute power from a duel can the great summoning succeed. There is only one reason why I came to England and sided with the Yorkists. I needed you. I knew that once the Lancastrians were cornered, they would turn to the High Druid and summon the only one who could wield power that is equal to mine. The ritual for the great summoning is nothing less than a high-powered duel with the Rose Duelist. And the key to the ritual is having all the rose cards here at this hallowed site. In short, your victory is but a hollow one, child. Ah, the time has come to savor that which has eluded my clan for centuries. With the coming of the Card Guardian, I will seal a pact that will ensure my rule, as well as those who will descend me throughout the future. So, yeah, we were basically just used. I knew when he just let us go that whether I sided with him or not, that I was just giving him what he wanted. Well, this is a bad thing. Yes, here he is here. The Guardian walks this world once again. Welcome, O Great One. To celebrate your arrival, I offer you a sacrifice. I offer you the Rose Duelist. It seems there's a misunderstanding here. Well, it matters not. The Rose Duelist is definitely a fine offering that only a fool would choose to pass up. And there we have it. Our next opponent, the final duel of this game, Manawydan Fab-Leer. I honestly, when I first played this game, was not expecting it. I thought once we beat Seto, the game would be over, but shows what I know. Anyway, I know that this episode has been a bit long, but before we end things off, I want to quickly go over who Seto is based on. Or as I've called him before in previous cutscenes, see Seto Rosenkreuz. So, see Seto Rosenkreuz is based on Christian Rosenkreuz, a figure who is debated to have actually existed. Whether he existed at all is just not really my concern, but the fact is that this game decided to incorporate him. He is believed to have been born in 1378 and said to have lived to 106 years old. And he was known as a founder of the Order of the Rose Cross, a fraternity, a secret society, if you will, that dedicated itself to gathering ancient knowledge and studying it, mainly from his pilgrimages to the Middle East. His connection with the Order of the Rose Cross, whose symbol was a cross with a white rose at its center, and the first series of Yu-Gi-Oh's ancient Egyptian magic, makes Kaiba's placement as Christian Rosenkreuz kind of a bit of fridge brilliance, honestly, because one need only fudge the dates a bit with what is believed to be the length of Christian Rosenkreuz's life to have him survive past the Battle of Bosworth Field, like we've seen here, and basically explain away his eternal youth at this age to Egyptian magic that he's studied and honed and wanted to perfect in order to survive this long to make a pact with a card guardian, Manawydan Fab-Leer. I mean, it's purely brilliant writing. Whoever was working on this game really put in a lot of thought into how to tie in this specific character and make it fit the lore of this series, and I have to say my hat's off to them. I don't know who you are, but thank you. This is certainly something that I really enjoyed coming back to this game, because as a kid I never understood this, but man, it makes for such a good bit of writing that honestly is wasted on a game that didn't really get as much love back when it first released, because not everyone really thought much of this game. But yeah, it's honestly stunning. So on that note, I'm going to end things off here. Next time we'll be challenging Manawydan Fab-Leer. Again, sorry if I'm not pronouncing that right. I can't exactly go into that. But we will be challenging him for the fate of the world, and hopefully to get back to our own time. So, until next time, stay gold.
Playback sequence terminated. Transmission disconnected.